Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. It's good to be back. Just getting a few things situated, and we'll get this started. I'll wait for some people to fill in. I think the Discord should be good. Let me alert in the Discord. Right, how'd everyone do today? Looks like the daily poll. Oh my god, dude, look at this. Smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Good job, everyone. Right? 137 to 48. Let me type this out. We had all these. What is this? Dex, Moldog, Nando, Missile Frog, Stinger, Skinny Toaster. So at Dex, at Moldog, at Skinny. Who else was it? Missile Frog, Stinger, Nando. Congrats on your record day. I was at 6 trophies, so we'll do trophy 1. Oh, damn. Can I copy this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, good work today, right? 138 to 48. Congratulations, guys. I'm just gonna kind of wait for traders to get in here so I don't have to, kind of reiterate a lot of the concepts that I'm going to be covering tonight. Okay. This also will be the last EDU session on Twitch. So I hope that you guys are able to take notes. And as traders are filing in and getting into the stream, we can just go over some profits and percents on the day, right? Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Yeah, I'll show you today, Captain Full Port. I will show you this evening, right? Congrats, Poetic Genius, 2.5%. BB1, 330. Stinger, 17. Ace, you guys will see Ace a little bit later. Dustin Zug, he came back, though, from 1269. He made a little bit more. Dustin Zug, 5%. NXBX, 120 bucks. K Kinney's on a streak, 20% on his account today. Almost tripled his account. He's been in the Discord about a week and a half. Last one, well, in the Discord, it will be, 3 to 4 times a week. But on Twitch, it'll be the last one on Twitch for probably a couple weeks, few weeks or so. And then tomorrow's the last live trading stream of the month on Twitch as well, right? Bagel, 6%. Slappy, $411 on the day. Square One, 46 bucks. Snoop Doggy Dog, 2.6%. Poetic, 5.6. Benko Bro, 7. Lewis, 3%. Skinny Toaster, 564 bucks. Dex, 31.28% on the account. Amazing. Good job, brother. The Bastard, 6.66%. Eric D is on a 3-week green streak, right? Was that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days on the green streak. 5% on the account today. Nice. Keep laying those bricks, brother. Good job, Oozing King. Minnesota Tom, 3%. Ace, 2,500 bucks, wrapped it up. Mish, 4.5%. Sooner killed it, 300% trade today. Incognito Bandito, 4.7%. Jack Burton, 11. Send Season, 1,300 bucks on the day. Nando, 18%. Congratulations. Veggie Head, $426. And we've got so many more. I mean, right here, JD Claire, King Zach, nice gains. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. 525 bucks. Right, Moldog. First time hitting $500 in a day. It has been my daily goal for the past 9 months. My biggest struggle has been abiding my stop loss. Send help. We'll be talking about stop losses today, as well as she finishes it up saying, hoping to make this a regular thing. Thanks for all you do, right? Congratulations, right? Biggest day. It was your record day today, I believe. Fish Scales, 10% on the last week. Congrats. Gabby, 1.5% on the day. Sooner, wrapped it up. Finished some QQQs, 62% as well. Stocky Build, 5.65%. Tracy B, 71 bucks, 6% on the account. And pretty much wrapped up. Rice, look at HP, 69%. Congrats. Good work today, everyone, right? That's what I like to see. I like you guys, making money, following along with the lessons. So, when is it too late to... Okay, so Mike Chuvak, before we get started, I'll just answer this question really quick. Is the Discord frozen? If it is, I can restream it real fast. I can fix it. Mike says, let's say we didn't have this covering from bears for yesterday's abnormal run. When is it too late to jump on a trend? Not today's one, just any trend. I understand the first two are the best pullbacks, but how does it work on the bigger picture? Today I was watching the trend thinking, oh, it's probably too late to enter, just seeing it to continue for 2 more hours. Just got a small portion of the move. Okay, so we'll touch on that within tonight's live session as well. Okay. Let me get everything ready here. Okay, so I think we are ready to begin, right? Starting off, I got this little clip here. I'll post it in the chat. You guys can also see it in the chat here. You can post it, paste, right? I want you guys in Stacks chat, if you have the moment, I think it takes like 30 seconds or something. But this was this morning, okay, about 10 minutes after 8:30, so about 8:40 this morning on Twitch. You should be able to hear it. And this was me calling out the big sell-off on the day. Not all the time, but I can see, right, this spiked up, pulled back. Now, do you guys remember, I mean, if I remember correctly, right, do you guys remember what happened to the following day after the previous FOMC meeting? I mean, I remember. I mean, I hope it's correct, my memory, but this is the recording. Yo, what's up, Sunlit? Good morning. I'm super tired. Yeah, it dumped. It gave back all of its gains, so just kind of be aware of that. I don't have any bias. I'm not like, hey, it's gonna give back all of its gains, but it is something to keep in mind. I've experienced probably two FOMCs where it had a big spike up like this, and the following day just gave it all back, right? Right. So there, right? I mentioned it. It gives it all back. I understand that I don't want to be biased. That we did have some, I guess, trying to put some beneficial things into the market right from Powell, but it wasn't strong enough, right? This was, like they said, or like Mike was saying, a massive kind of short covering rally, okay? But I've also posted on Twitter before and taught many of you in the Discord, right? What do these large green bars mean? This large rally, right? This is something that everyone really needs to understand. Okay, and what do these large rips mean to you? What do you think they are? All right, are they weak? Are they strong? What's the context given by that big rally? Okay, right? Weak, right? And we have to understand, why are they weak? I mean, I have to go through this quite often just so traders understand, right? Why are they weak? Well, we can look through here and understand that, hey, when this popped up, pulled back, there was a buyer order here, right? Shorts begin to cover. The shorts that were using this as their risk, they're covering. This is another order, right? It's pushing up, another order. So what happens when price begins to stop these traders out, right? When price goes against them, it moves back in chunks. Oh, price was here, chunks down. Now it's here. Look, right? And then it chunks down. Where to go? Right there, off the open. Sells off the open. Hits there for a moment, consolidates, sells. Sells again. Look at the left, or look at the right, right? Sells. They stop out, right? Look at this big stop out. When he stops out, look at the dump. It dumps down here to this demand, right? Right there. So we have to understand that these large rallies are not to be confused as something with strength. I know a lot of traders came into the trading session today with the overall bias that we would continue to rip higher, right? I believe I saw someone on Twitter talking about that, hey, we're going to hit, on the Qs, we're going to hit 370s again. Okay. Why? right? Because Powell said something good. I mean, we got a rate hike. I mean, is it really priced in at this point? You know, is that, I mean, what bias, what kind of, you know, backing of that statement is there that keeps it valid? There's none. Absolutely none. This is why, as a day trader, it is so important to you to always remain unbiased and open to both sentiments as possible. I need to understand whether or not the bullish or bearish strength is stronger at that given time, and, you know, deliberate and execute based off of that, not by what I think the market's going to do, not by, you know, big green pretty bars, right, or what Powell was talking about. Absolutely not. Right? So, you know, understanding how could you have, you know, capitalized upon this trend. You know, there was many instances, and we had them all labeled out today, right? We were talking about this break and base below the demand, okay? And it doesn't, you don't always get your base, and the base can be contextual. It could be on a different time frame. We all always know that if it breaks in bases, it could break above it, in it, or below this zone, okay? So moving forward here, I held the 323Ps until they hit like 11 bucks. And I bought them, let me look what I had written here. 323Ps from 3.3, right? I can show you in the options contract chart. Probably way deep in the money, yeah. Yep, look at that. Look at that. You see what I was doing down here? Playing the range, right? I said I'd stop out under 2.9 on the call out this morning. Right here. 323Ps, risking 2.9. Okay, you see that right at 9:33, right after the open, a few minutes after the open. Right, you can see the support right here, 2.88, never cracked below, not even with strength. So I'm able to hold these, right? Look at the EMAs. These push from 3.3, I got all out majority, or no, I wouldn't say majority, but the remainder at about 11 bucks. So let's say 3.3, not even the best entry, right? It's really kind of like a breakout entry. 11 bucks right here. 236%, right? About $800 on the remainder per contract, okay? Per contract. So why did I get into that trade? Well, I'm going to explain to you, but I feel like before I continue explaining, right, we need to truly understand both sides, right? I mean, off the open, I was trading calls, right? Because many times I see this, right? It's selling off into the open. Well, let me fix this. Selling off into the open, trying to establish this little low area, right? If I zoom in on just a little bit more, whoops. Zoom in just a little bit more. You can see on this 1 minute chart, I saw these lower wicks, right? And I was long here. Once it knifed through, I already had my puts, right? Once it knifed through, I stop out of the calls, right? And then I begin to follow through with the bearish sentiment, okay? And this is where we took the 323Ps right at 933, right at this level, all right? And what do you think I was risking? Well, I know that it was going to pull back. And if you look back on the Twitch VOD, I said I'm going to scale in a little bit more on this pullback. I know that this may be an eager entry, but I still have room to scale into, okay? So seeing this trade here, it was simply risk to reward. I had this, you know, kind of 2.9, you know, risking below 2.9, which would have added up to, or, you know, rounded up to this 20 EMA on the 1 minute. It's never met. So knowing a trade, I'm either one, going to get stopped out, or two, the trade's going to work in my favor. It's as simple as that. A lot of traders are going to scoff at that and be like, oh, you know, whatever. I mean, that's the reality of trading. Okay, it's variables, it's probability. It's the chance of this working out. And I had a pretty good chance, right? Selling off hard off the opener, rejects the 9 and 20 EMA on the 1 minute. You have VWAP on the overhead, and you also have broken the pre-market low, right? Which means where did it go? Oh, I'm on a different drawing set. I broke the pre-market low, and what does this say, right? Break in base below the pre-market low demand. Well, that was broken. It bases below it, right? On a pullback on an EMA, it doesn't have to exactly be on the pre-market low demand, and we get our entry and we flush it. right? What holds me into this trade? A lot of traders have, the issue of, understanding that, it's not about having perfect accuracy. I mean, it is, you should understand that, hey, I need to be buying, my calls in a demand zone and my puts in a supply zone, but it's not being biased towards one side, right? Only trading one side can really, damage and, create some pretty detrimental situations, right? Missed opportunities, right? All I care about as a day trader is getting into the right sentiment. So like I said, I was in calls off the open, got stopped out, took the puts, hold them on the pullback, right? This was the breaking base on the low of day support. You see the tweezer top, right, on the 1 minute. And all I care about is following through with a trade. Now, what would retail traders have had trouble with this morning, right? They would have had this entry here, okay, not gotten stopped out on the lower low break, right? Cracking all of these buyers here, right? They're being overtaken by sellers. All right. They would have not have respected their stop, held and hoped, and lost a big portion of their account. Also, when they're losing money, they've missed on the opportunity. Exposure is very important. Okay. I also got the question, how could I have held on to this trade? What if I'm only trading 1 or 2 contracts? Yada, yada, yada. It's always the same thing, right? I'm new. I'm trading 1 or 2 contracts. What do I do? I keep selling my gains for pennies, all of this stuff. Well, I actually on stream walked through this trade with you guys, right? So I want to ask you, right, what would, kind of elicit a stop out in regards to your 9 and 20 EMA? These are simple questions. There's no, there are probably a wrong answer, but, what would elicit a stop out on a 9 and 20 EMA kind of setup? Right? Over the 20 EMA, closing above it with strength, right? It doesn't even have to necessarily close many times. If you just see like large strength and you're just like, hey, my risk reward's over. So we have 1, the 20 EMA failing, okay, and 2, Gunner's got it, right? The pivot confirmation, right? What's a pivot? Well, we all understand it's the lower high, lower low, higher high, and higher low, okay? One of these are bullish, all right, and the other is bearish. Okay, it's rather simple, correct? Everything I trade is simple. Trading should be simple. Trading, I'm going to say it again, trading should be simple. Okay, so you can see here, lower low, or lower high, lower high, lower high. What happens? Lower low, it flushes harder. So if you're trading one contract, let's say that, hey, you got the same entry that I did, right? Let's say you got the same entry that I did. Maybe you got a better one on the 90 EMA pullback, right? Slightly cheaper. So we already understand that the 20 EMA is really kind of our risk on the 1 minute. Now, as time progresses, you should use a larger time frame EMA to hold yourself within the trade, because you should always value your entries, all right? But 20 EMA doesn't fail you. Also, the pivot points. Now, what I see too often is this. All right, I'll break it down, kind of zoomed in a little bit here. Okay, let's say that a trader gets their entry on a pullback. What's that new trader going to do on this pullback? They're going to sell it. Exactly, Nazda, right? They're going to sell it or go long, Mish, right? They're going to get confused. But they entered on this pullback. Why are they stopping out on the same kind of pullback? Would this not be more shorts having the opportunity to sell, risking the 20 EMA or VWAP? So this push up is your new stop loss. Does that make sense? So I marked this. Hey, this pushed up. You're trading 1 or 2 contracts and you want to hold on to your winner? Well, use your EMAs and your pivots. It pushed up. Let me clear this out completely so I can show you. Okay, it pushed up. This is your next stop loss. You're not going to stop out until that level hits. right? Allowing the chart to stop you out. Wow, look at this. You get a lower low. Lower low, you're making a ton of money, right? Hey, this pushed up a little bit. Mark it as a stop loss. Okay, pushing down, pushes up. It rejects. This is your new stop loss. Every time you add the stop loss, right, for your puts, this is showing you the reason that, hey, there's a new wave of sellers that came in and I want to capture along this trade. You don't have to capture it from open all the way to close, right? But I'm going to, I'm just going to continue. Pushes down, pulls back, lower low flush. This is your new stop loss, right? How many traders got stopped out right here because they saw some green bars, right? They probably were like, hey, that's 3 white soldiers, right? Or scared or whatever. Did it hit the stop loss? Did it break your 20 EMA? No, it did not. So you don't freaking stop out, right? Okay, pushes down, pulls back, then flushes, new stop loss. All right, watch this. Pushes down, pulls back, kind of pushes over the 20 EMA a little bit dicey, little scary, right? New stop loss. Okay, the EMAs are not helping you right here, right? They're not helping you so much right here, right? But you need 2 things to confirm your stop out, right? Pushes down, pulls back. Is your stop loss triggered by the most recent lower high pivot? No. So mark a new stop loss. There's your new stop loss, right? And then what? You get a massive sell-off. You get this is a huge gain right here, right? So when you hit a lower low, you can either stop out or create a new stop loss on the pullback, right? There we go, pulls back. Okay, pushes down. If you're like, hey, that's a double bottom, you can get all out right here. But if you're just going to let the trade trigger itself for the stop loss, this is where you stopped out. So let's see how far we got along today using, no, Nasdaq, no, right? Let's see how, I'll show you, right? Let's see how far we got today using the EMAs and the pullbacks. Maybe on a 0 DT or something. I mean, maybe not. I mean, if it just continues to dump, like, no, right? So this was the initial entry. You gathered it from about 324.50 all the way down here, stopped out at 315. That's a 9-point capture using the EMAs and pivot points, right, on 1 or 2 contracts. Okay. So, yeah, you can move it up. Yep, manually. Yep, exactly. So, like I showed you, you said, hey, would the pullbacks not kill it from theta decay? Well, look at this pullback, right? It pulled back right here, 1015. 1015, pull back. This is just a pullback. You're not getting killed by theta. If you sold it at $5, $6, you're sitting there like, what the hell did I sell that for? It's up at $10 now. You missed out on $400 a contract because you have the, improper understanding of theta, how the Greeks work, and pivot points and EMAs. Right? So we have to use this, guys, to our advantage. Many of you dropped the ball or sold your contracts for pennies. Now, it's not to say that, hey, maybe you took a good trade or hit your daily goal. I don't want that to take away from your trading, right? Or what kind of good trade that you took out or that you took on. Okay, but we do also need to understand how we can improve. Should you scale on the way down? So Erk Sandstorm, that was the this was the analysis of someone trading 1 or 2 contracts. For me, I'm selling all day, right? Enter here, pivot low break, scaled some, pivot low break. Now, if it's holding strongly on the EMAs, I don't always scale it. But like if I see this consolidation and it breaks the pivot low, I'm going to scale a little bit just to be safe, right? Because I've seen many times where like this happens. Oh, it cracks a lower low. Let's just hold on, let's just hold on forever. They don't sell any. And it pushes back up. Let's say they entered here, right, for a recent scalp. It pulls back up. They didn't lock any like they should have on a scalp, right? And when it pulls back, now they're sitting here break even, right, and pounding the table like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? That's the whole kind of ordeal that they get through. So, okay, moving forward here, I've showed you this, all right? Now, I didn't always, or I only took a few trades on the Qs today, right? I also took trades on NVIDIA, right? Look at my NVIDIA trades, right? You guys see these entries? I'll show you where I call them out in the Discord. These went crazy, right? 190p, NVIDIA, 9:39 a.m., risking VWAP. These are not edited. I did not change this. This is not edited, okay? 9:39 a.m., NVIDIA, 190p, risking VWAP. Okay? Well, here, 9:39, that's the same candle, risking VWAP. What does that have confluence with? Do you guys see? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? I really want you guys to train your eye and try to understand what I'm looking at. Right? On this entry, what's my risk? I already said VWAP, but what does it have confluence with? 20 EMA, right? Also what? A freaking pivot point, right? So I have 3 levels here that are telling me take the trade, take the trade, take the trade. 3 of them. So why didn't you take it? Right? Because you're scared to lose. You're scared to take a loss. Right? I hate to break it to you guys. Right? You're in the business of taking losses. But taking losses, you know, from an educated and planned standpoint. You know, I mean, you have to learn how to take a loss. Once I understood, like, hey, you know, I take a loss. I take losses on stream all the time, every single day. But then do we not call trades that go 100 plus a contract, 200 plus a contract? I had a contract today go over $1,000 per contract plus. And I know today was the anomaly, right? Today was a crazy sell-off, but I'm going to risk 10, 15, maybe sometimes 20% to make 100, 200, 300% trades. Even 50%. If I risk 10% to make 50%, that's 1 to 5. Would you not take that trade, risk to reward based? Yeah. Let's see. How did I know that was a pivot point on NVIDIA? Well, it pushed up and then started to sell, right? Hey, it's shoved down. We're far away from the EMA. It pushes up off the EMA, red candle, wick, enter, 9:39 a.m., risking the 20 EMA and VWAP. I see all these upper wicks. It's like, hey, you know, the buyers are getting chunked down here. And look, let's look at what the NVIDIA 190Ps went. Right? 9:39 a.m. Oh man, I love day trading, right? 9:39 a.m. right there, right on that candle. You can see here, right? I'll tell you my last scale out before I logged off. On the 190Ps, I got majority out at 425. So we took the entry here, really cheap, 1.7, 1.8, right, about, to 4.5. That's 166%. Do you see how much I risked? Look at this pivot, right? Let's see how much I risked. From this point, $1.70, right? That's about 13%, maybe about, you know, 10 to 15%. Is that not what I say on all of my threads, on all of my tweets? To risk 10 to 15%, understanding and accepting the risk. Oh, if I'm wrong, I take the tag. I move on. Okay? So we risked that to make, right? Like I said, 4.5 was up here. 150, 160%. Right? 10 times. Okay? 1 to 10 risk to reward. So many times, you know, we see the fact that traders are missing out on trades because of fear, right? Well, you know how I alleviated a lot of the fear and how I was able to have confidence in my trades was just understanding risk. This trade is going to do 1 or 2 things, and you're going to hear me say this all of the time. This trade is going to do 1 or 2 things, and I've traded this same chart thousands of times. It is 1, either going to push above the 20 EMA and VWAP and stop me out, or 2, I'm going to make money on this trade. If I can accept the fact that the risk is there and it will always be there on every single trade, and that I can accept a 10 or 15% loss, right? Not bag holding, not taking trades blindly, okay? Then I can push towards being a successful trader. That's what I said to myself very early on. And look at me now, right? Also, I was super confident on this trade. I was like, okay, we're dumping, right? The Qs are getting nasty. Well, I took a ladder. Okay. Right here, 185p NVIDIA ladder risking the 20 EMA on the 1 minute. Is that not the same thing that I just took on the NVIDIA 190s? I was risking VWAP and the 20 EMA. Okay, let me show you the time again right here. This is at 9:48 a.m. Not edited, nothing. Okay, 9:48 a.m. Well, look at this candle, 9:48 a.m. It pushes up to the 9 EMA. You know, there's the 20 EMA is my risk. When this started to push up, I said, hey guys, you know, I'm about to get stopped out. You know, this could stop me out right here. I just want you guys to understand that, right? The trade can do anything, but it does not fail the 20 EMA. We flush harder. Well, let me show you the 185 piece from, what time was that? 9:48 a.m. Okay. 9:48 a.m. right there. Look at that, guys. I mean, look at the pivot low that I was risking. I bought these at $1. I just slapped the ask. I said, I don't care. I'll buy them at $1. These went 260%, dude. Let me get $1. Obviously from 1 to 2.6, right? 160%. $160 per contract, right? So, I mean, you know, 1.5 times my money practically. You know, doubled it. Actually, no, that's almost double. 2.5 times almost, right? So, I mean, just taking the risk. Look at me. Hey, I bought it at $1. There's the pivot low, 90 cents. You guys do the math. That's 10%. Is that not the same trade that we take every single day and then I preach and preach and preach for you all to take? I've seen so many people, people hate the way I trade, right? They're like, oh, you know, you want to learn from a dude that trades on the 1 minute? Yeah, you think this guy can trade 1 DTE and 0 DTE with 10 to 15% stop loss, right? I don't even entertain them because I'm just going to keep on doing it, right? And making crazy amounts of money. I mean, look at the freaking poll today, right? You guys smash it. What's the stats on that? 140 to 50, right? That's almost 75% green almost. About 70% in the group with 6 record days. So, you know, it was a fantastic session to learn from and to trade. But, you know, I always want you guys to understand, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of trades you took or, you know, if you sold for pennies or anything like that, right? As long as you're learning from your mistakes, right? As long as you're able to sit there, chart every single night, review your trades, and see how you could, 1, refine, meaning improve your trading, and 2, what you need to remove completely from your trading. Early on, I understood that I had to remove breakout trading as much as I could. I still get caught breakout trading, right? I will do it from time to time, right? I did it on Tesla right here. I'll show you on Tesla, the other trade I took, the 870 puts, right? Trading floor. 870p Tesla, right? 9:52 a.m. This is right after the 185ps, right? I was pretty confident. I was like, hey, yo, we're dumping. I want to get in on this, right? I already traded the Tesla 900s and had gotten, you know, a little bit ahead of myself on those just because I scaled out rather quickly, right? You can see, look at the entry, right? I took a breakout trade here. I missed the pullback. I was sitting here. I was like, hey, you know, Tesla is trying to push up. Maybe it holds the 1 minute 9 and 20 EMA, right? I say it right here, 9:52 a.m., right? And I miss my entry. I was sitting there like, oh man, you know, this was the clean entry right there. You have like a little resistance level right on this upper wick, and I missed it. So I just slap it instantly on that kind of candle right there, right? And this is technically a breakout buy. Many times I really recommend you guys to wait for a pullback. I just got in the trade. It ends up holding my entry, right? Because it breaks it, but the previous support is broken, based upon you have the 9 and 20 EMA holding you, right? This is looking good for a bearish continuation. Okay, now look at the 870Ps on Tesla. I bought these at what did I buy these at? I think they're 3.3. Yep, $3.30. Right, so 330 bucks per contract. Okay. So, and that was what time did I say? Right here, I'll show you. 9:52 a.m. Okay, today. My last scale out on these was like, what did it say? What was my recording? I think this was like about 14 bucks or something like that is when I last got out. So, 9:52, go over 9:52, see the spike up right there. Let me go to the, right here, this candle, exactly. All right, so 3.3, you can see this entry. Okay, I think since I market bought, it gave me a little bit higher up. All right, but right there, take the entry, okay? Now, of course, I scale out along the way. When I scale out, I scale out on the pivot break. So like, hey, this broke the pivot, surged up, scaled a little bit. Hey, this broke the pivot, surged up, scaled a little bit. Broke the pivot again, scaled more, right? Little bits at a time. A lot of times when I can feel early on that it's going to, sell off or rally, heavily or with strength, right? I scale like 5%, 10%, little breadcrumbs, okay? So, like I said, I got majority of these out on this last spike. This is at 12 o'clock. This is right before I logged off, right? You can see right in this area, 387%. Okay? What did I risk? I risked about 10 to 15% once again. This is the low, right? That's the support break. Look at that. That's about 20%, a little bit more, okay? But we can understand that. Was I wrong? Because I missed my entry, right? Like I said, now on Tesla, right? This is why I hate breakout buying, right? I bought the breakout. It pulled back. This was the pullback. So right here, 958. If we look at 958, this would have saved me, right? From $3 down to the support low, right? That's about 13%, right? Much better risk on the pullback. Always, always, always get your pullback, okay? So, yeah, I mean, if you guys are enjoying this, right? I do this. I live trade every single day in the Discord. Every single day. I start at 8:30 in the morning. I'm done trading about 12 to 1 o'clock. And then I do 3 to 4 live EDU sessions, just like we're having now, 3 to 4 times a week, right? And they're all 1 hour long. Okay. So, and we can see, right? This went astronomical. Okay, Tesla pays heavy. I don't, really like calling out Tesla trades in the group because a lot of traders haven't, you guys are new and you guys have a hard time respecting stop losses, and Tesla is not one to fool around with if you do not have a clear understanding of a stop loss. Okay. Now, I'm also going to touch on a bit of supply and demand. Okay, just keeping it rolling. I hate when this happens. Hold on. Zidian, so just like Bull Shark does the same thing, right? I document my trades. So like just like I'm going through right now and I'm explaining to you guys, right? I don't have like an Excel sheet or anything, but I go through because through Thinkorswim it's really difficult going back and looking at like the order fills and everything like that. So wait, what? What happened? Oh, because I'm emotionally unstable. I go back, right? Bull Shark does the same thing. You see his post trader recaps. I'm always marking, taking notes. I mean, I tell you guys every day, right? I hope that KDR and Gunner are catching along, but I document all the entries, exits, everything like that. And we must be able to journal our entries so that we can learn from them, right? As you guys can see, we get better and better every single day. I didn't say his name. Whatever, bro. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get through the lesson. I don't know what the hell's going on. Y'all are trolling me in the Discord. All right, so going through here, okay, we have, 1 second, what is this? We have our supply and demand zone. So, I had this most recently labeled as the supply zone, okay? Right, we had this most recent label, right? Why? Look at the zones from 2 days ago. This was the demand, and this was the supply. No, Trade Forever in the Discord. Discord has very low latency, so you'll be able to. There's no really lag, right? It's like being on a phone call because we're all in voice, and I live stream the trade. So Discord doesn't really have any lag. Twitch is the one that has lag. You're gonna have, depending on your internet and how far you are away, right? I'm on the East Coast. You have anywhere from 15 to a minute long. Okay. So going through here, right? These are the zones. Now, many traders, right? I said, hey, be cautious here. We are approaching a zone. There was a little bit of supply right there. Maybe the sellers hammer it harder, right? But traders really struggle due to the fact that when it pushes down into this zone, okay, they're like, hey, it's time to go long, right? Time to take the entry. All right, time to take the entry. And why is that wrong, right? Why should we not be taking this entry, right? Solely due to the fact that taking a blind entry in demand has no merit, right? Sure, you could be like, it was in demand, so I wanted to take calls, right? Did you see price action that was showing you to take calls? Did you see large lower wicks? All right, look at the extension. This could just be short continuation. Was this a strong demand zone, right? I mean, sometimes a previous supply zone flips to a demand zone, but I'd much rather respect these zones that were actual demand zones to begin with. Okay. I keep a notebook. Like I said, I go through probably a notebook every few months. This one's already halfway filled up with a lot of my trades and my trading notes. So we can see this, right? Supply and demand zones. You have to be cautious here, right? You may think, hey, there is better risk to reward, but fighting the trend more often than not punishes you, okay? On a day like today, what kind of trading style could you have just done? Right? We're below VWAP, 9 and 20 EMA below, right? Looking at this, everyone likes to try to pinpoint reversals or whatever. If you're scalping calls, that's completely fine, right? But every single pop-up was shorted, right? Giving you the kind of sentiment to take puts on every pop, right? Puts on the pop, calls on the drop, right? This started to range a little bit. Okay, so this pushes up. Shorts come in and hammer it. Pushes up, they hammer it again and again and again and again. I mean, all day, right? So a lot of people are like, hey, this is enough selling off. I think to kind of touch on Mike's question, when is the trade, when is it too late? So today, it's post FOMC. This is not your typical price action, okay? This is the anomaly in regards to, price action on a daily basis, okay? Many times it's, you're not going to get 10 plus, 15 plus point moves, a massive sell-off like this, okay? This is, pretty much irregular. But just taking your kind of pullbacks. I always say the first and second pullback. I got on the first, kind of, I guess, technically the pullback. I didn't get in right on it, but this was within the first pullback. Second pullback on the 1 minute. Many traders were waiting on the 5 minute or a larger time frame for that pullback. But I always say, gauging momentum, right? The lower the time frame, the stronger the gauge of momentum. Okay, so if it's holding the 1 really strongly, it's going to take a while for the 5 minute to be captured. Okay, so many of you, if you missed this big sell-off, this was technically your first 5 minute 9 EMA pullback, which you would have made money on, and your second 9 EMA pullback, which you would have made money on. Okay, also having the understanding, I think around this point in time, I was like, hey guys, we went from consolidation to trend. What's going to be next, right? Another consolidation phase, right? And we can see this consolidated from this point down to the low down here, right? I mean, I guess you could push this up a little bit higher, right? You know, from the high to the low, ranging around, the buyer's crumbling right here. You can see also this trend line fails. It's broken, then based upon on the trend line and flushes further. Okay, so I know a lot of you were probably, I mean, I don't know, majority of retail, they always struggle, you know, gauging into a trend. I mean, retail struggles all the time, right? That's why I'm here trying to help. But, you know, traders, they think that they're too late. And, you know, an early lesson from Ripster was what can go low, or what is low can go lower, and what is high can go higher, right? The trend is your friend, and trying to pinpoint all of these reversals every day kind of chopped you up. Let's see. Many times during these kind of points of consolidation, I resort to the options contract. So like, let's say this is the resistance, right? I want to take puts. If I'm looking at puts, probably the 315 puts after 11 a.m. So 3:15 after 11 a.m. We'll go check it out. Okay, where is 11 a.m.? Right here, 10:45. This is 11. Okay, so we'll mark that support, right? I marked the pivot. This is just a pivot. Remember the, you know, eating out versus you have groceries at home analogy. This is eating out, right? This is the thrill experience, okay? This is what's cost effective to you, eating at home. Stay eating at home. You will save money, okay, in the long run. And you can see this. This buyer right here at 318 to 3.4 absorbs, right? When I see big spikes on the contract like this, I don't like buying them, okay? Because let's say that you buy this, let's say, you know, this kind of, you know, median area. How often are you green, right? You're deep red and then seldomly green, red once again, a little green, super red, break even. You are torturing yourself in this point in time. Sit here, use the supply and demand on the options contract chart, bid into your entries, sit there and wait, right? These are fishing bids. So let's say that, hey, this is the demand zone. I'll just get in the middle. I'll set a bid here at 3.3. What's 10% of 3.3, right? $33. So about 297 is your stop loss, right? 297, right there, 10.16%. Right, you can see from the trend line once again, 10% right there. So you risked 10% getting filled in this demand zone, and you made what? 70%. Okay, 1 to 7 risk to reward ratio. How can you set bids on the options contract? So look, this is what you do. Okay, how would you know what the strike would be at said price? We're trading risk to reward. So all you do is this. You get your active trader set up, right? Whatever. Let's say, hey, I want to buy 5 contracts at a time, or I just want to get filled, you know, because I'll set multiple bids. I'm not going to go all in. A lot of you guys might go all in. Let's say, hey, I want, for example purposes, 5 contracts. Okay, get your active trader set up. You're going to put the price, right? Hover on what you want, right click, press buy, and it's going to put an order in for whatever you have in your active trader, okay? About 5 contracts right there. Okay, so that's how I bid in, and that's how I take many trades. So like I think today, what was the last trade that I took? Last trade that I took was 310Ps on the Qs, okay? So 310Ps. Send that to 3. What time was that? I think I took them at 206. Yeah, 206. Where's 206? Okay, so right here. Is that right? Oh, no. I took 315 calls. My bad, I was looking at the wrong one. 315 calls at 206. 207. I reposted this in the trading floor, but 206, 207. My bad, I was looking at the wrong chart. 315 right here, sent to 3. Okay. And that was at 206. There's 2. Okay, so look, here's the support that I was looking at. It was at the low of day. You can see on the options contract chart, held that demand right there. Okay, I got in here, 206, which is this candle right here. Okay, so about 280s. All right, risking the low down here. Okay, you can see on this little box it's going to pop up. What's 10%? 10% is way down here. That's 2.5, right? So 2.5 right there. So I risked 10%, right, to make how much? About 20%. 1 to 2. That's not a bad risk to reward for newer traders. 1 to 2, I mean, you know, it's not the best, but you're still going to be profitable trading a 1 to 2 risk to reward. I take these trades often, right? Where was I going to scale out? Well, it gave me the resistance. I scaled out, and I was talking about scaling out here. 30 a con gain so far. Scaling. Got out majority at $50 per contract gain on the 350 calls. Okay? It's all about risk to reward, using your supply and demand on the options contract day in and day out. Futures dying. I don't see it pushing through yet. Okay. I don't know what's going on in the Discord. Yes, options contract is the edge, right? And I've given you guys plenty of edges to choose from. 9 and 20 EMA, pivot points, supply and demand on the options contracts, tweezer tops and tweezer bottoms, breaking bases, the pre-market channel strategy, all of this stuff, right? All of these things were available to everyone if they were paying attention, studying, and backtesting. Okay, you know, you probably came to me, right? Whenever anyone joined the group and they were like, hey, you know, these concepts this guy is teaching, that these aren't new concepts. How is this going to make me money? I know about support and resistance. I know about pivot points. I know about supply and demand and 9 and 20 EMA, right? But were you using them in the correct manner, right? On pullbacks, 10 to 15% risk to reward that I've showed you pretty much all night. Tesla's a little bit different, right? But that was the only one that was aside from it a little bit more. But I mean, this is how I trade, right? And this is how we trade every single day, right? So 1 second. Let me, what other things do I have? 920 EMA, risk management, scaling in and out, supply and demand, holding on the winners, right? That's pretty much covered it all. Okay. Yeah, no one talks about it really too much, Observer. So, I'll take a few questions and then we'll wrap this thing up, right? And then I guess I'll select a couple people for the giveaway for those who stuck around, right? Anyone who did not join the house or is not a current member of the House of Stacks. What are the rules for drawing supply and demand zones? So fifth form, I really want you guys to go through and go to my Twitch. I've done a lot of EDUs this week. I've done 4 already. Okay, go to the 5-3 supply and demand EDU session right here. Okay, it's just in the videos. All right, but the basic things for supply and demand, like if you guys just want me to draw some out, right? So, you know, intraday supply and demand, a lot of people have issues doing this, but no, I do not offer a free trial or discounted offer. I do not. And I will not. This is the free trial practically for the week, the first week of the month, right? I put in a lot of work. A lot of people, right? Everyone wants something for free, okay? But, I mean, guys, you have to invest in yourself at some point, okay? You can't just get by life with free things. If you want something free, right, go to YouTube. That's completely fine, right? But this is very much so in depth. It's a very focused community, and I'm very dedicated to the group. I spend probably 50 plus hours a week. Okay, so look right here. See these large upper wicks, right? You can draw this kind of body consolidation as like an intraday kind of supply, right? So this would be, I mean, it's not the best, right? Really what I like to look for are these upper wicks like so, these tweezer tops. You can draw those as intraday supply zones, right? And then you can see this was the low of day. I'm going to capture this low of day hammer candle and draw an intraday zone, right? These are intraday zones. You can see here, supply, demand, right? It goes from zone to zone to zone, zone, zone to zone. Then you start to see lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Then this pivot is broken. You create a lower low. Lower high, lower low, breaks the low of the day. It flushes. Many times it's the wicks. Now, it's also not completely the wicks, right? That's just one example. Yeah, thanks for the sub, Miliash. Right? Look at this. I mean, this was super, super simplistic, right? We'll go on the 10-minute. This day, we traded supply and demand all day. And traders got... I went over a lesson on this. This is the supply and demand lesson, right? Look at the large bottoming wicks, right? You get this data early on in the day, right? 10-minute candle, so 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 minutes, you get the high and the low, right? You get the orb high and the orb low. There's your low of day demand and your high of day supply, right? Extend that out a day. Extend this out a day, right? Let's look at what happens. Could you not have capitalized? Look at this. At the end of the day, it hits the zone again. Could you not have capitalized, taking calls in the demand and taking puts in the supply, scaling in along, not taking complete entries at the base, but towards scaling in a descending bid manner, right? You can totally see this. All right. Yeah, exactly, Doghouse, right? I mean, if you want free, then that's completely fine, right? But I understand the skills and the value that I provide. I mean, we've seen traders making 4-figure days, right? That, weren't even making $100 days a few months ago. Let me get in a few other things. Let me try to go back here, a little further back. Right here. This is great, right? So you can see here, okay, small tight body consolidation prior to a large move in either direction. This moves down after the tight small body consolidation. You capture that. You draw a zone. I typically draw zones on the intraday about $1. So when this comes back the following day on the open, do you see what happens? Do you see how I prepare for this every single day? All right, look at the lower day demand, the lower wick, right? You draw that as a demand zone, extend it out. Okay, supply zone, nailed it. We took puts on that day. I remember this, nailed it. It pushes below. What happens? It breaks below it. It bases on the EMA. And then what? It breaks and base below the previous day low demand. It flushes like nothing else. Okay? Flushes like nothing else. Yeah, I mean, guys, people are tripping over, like, the room. Like, I don't care if you're going to join or not. I don't care. Okay? I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. It doesn't really matter, right? But how many of you have lost $80 within one trading day and been like, what the hell just happened? Right? What the hell just happened? I just lost $80 or you lost $200, right? Would you not like to learn what happened and how to prevent that? Why does no one want to invest in themselves? I mean, and I'm not saying, hey, buy my room. Do whatever. Buy some freaking books, okay? Buy Trading in the Zone. Buy, what is it? The Jesse Livermore book, right? What is it? What's the title? What is it? The Reminiscences of Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, right? Buy some freaking books. Buy something. Get faster internet. I don't care, okay? Just like stop giving your money to random like 0 DTEs and random FOMO trades. I don't know. So, going through here, I think I've covered pretty much, supply and demand zones. I don't know. I think there's some other. Yeah, Trade Forever. You lost $570 today. Why'd you lose $570 today? What did you do? Yeah, this is recorded. It'll be on Nuts YouTube channel. Yeah, bro. Hannah, when I go out to eat, give me water with lemon. All right. If I'm gonna go out to eat, give me water with some lemon. We don't need all that extra stuff. How often? Okay. Eric D says, how often are you buying both calls and puts? What's your strategy behind that? Well, I'll show you. I mean, I love this, right? Because I want to educate you guys. I really want you guys to understand, hey, Maples and calls and puts, I don't understand that. Well, start to understand it, right? Start to, ask yourself, why would he do that? Okay, so right here, you're probably looking at, hey, this is a demand bounce. When it comes back, you're probably looking at 314 or 315 calls. Let's say you're looking at 315 calls, right, in the demand. In the supply, you have the supply zone. When it pushes back in this zone, you should already be looking at 315 or 314 315 or 314 puts, right? Let's say we're looking at 314 puts. Okay, so let's port them over here. Here, we already have the 315 calls, right? I showed you 314 puts. This is at what time? Okay, 11:30. What is that? 11:30 right here. Okay, same time frame. I'll mark the arrows different colors so those of you visually challenged can understand. Okay, so I'll mark red on the puts. All right, clear this out. All right, right here, this is 12:40 and 12:10. Okay, you have this. Look at this. Let me show you. Okay, this is a wick. It pops down, pushes up. Draw the small type body consolidation prior to the large move up. Okay, moving forward, you have a zone. Okay, you have a support level. How do you beef it up? You draw a little zone. Don't cheat. You see how I draw a box and I extend the properties out? I don't cheat. All right. So, going through here, maybe I could put these on like a 3-minute so it's not as ugly. Right, going through here, you have a resistance. It gives it to you very early. Resistance here as well. Okay. So, you have a demand zone, right? It pops back into this demand zone at 12:40 on this 10-minute candle. What do you do right here around 12:30, 12:40 near the demand? I'd be looking at calls. You can use this, right? Oh, here, right here, right here. 12. What did I say? 12:40, right? There's the demand zone. These are the calls. It pops back down into demand. Well, let's say you set a bid here. What price is this? In the middle of the demand zone, 287. Okay, let me blow this up. 287, we'll mark that green. Let's just say you have a bid there. Okay, so 287, let's go 10% stop loss. Well, right there, there's 10%. This is your stop loss in red, this red candle, okay? So, you have 10% stop loss. You hit this zone, you get filled. Okay, 10% stop loss, you make 40%, right? One to 4 risk to reward. Okay? So right here, this is the pop. Wait, what is this? 11 or 130? Oh, this is wrong. Okay, right here, 1 o'clock, like 106 to 1 or 1 to 110. This is 1300 to 1310. Okay. So you can see here, previous demand zone. Let me zoom in a little bit for those of you visually challenged. Okay, pulls back. Let's say you bid into the middle of the zone, $3. Well, I know off the top of my head, 10% of $3 is 30 cents. So $30. 10%, I'll show it to you visually, 270, obviously. This is your stop loss. Okay, now, looking at this, okay, this push down, I have good risk here, right? Looking at this, okay, this is at 106. All right, at 106 on the calls, okay, right? You're very green. If you enter here, you're gonna hold yourself. Maybe you had them earlier. You're not red on this. Okay, now when this pushes up, right here at 330 or 130 right here, well, if you had your initial entry on the calls right there, and at 330, right, Are you red on these calls? I just showed you 330. This is 330 right here on the puts. You're making money on the puts, right? You took your entry right here. You would obviously be making money. It's pushed away from the entry. This right here at 330, you had your entry that you bid it into in your demand zone. Would you have gotten stocked out? No. So you're green on both the calls and the puts. Why can that happen? Why is that possible? Right? Why is that possible? Yeah, there you go. There you go, Nut. Anyone have any answers, right? Good entry. Risk management, right? Good entries. What's a bad entry? Well, anytime it rips up like this, you enter on something like this, you will lose money most of the time. I'd say 80 to 90% of the time, due to the fact that you are someone else's liquidity, you're trading based off the impulse, and this is not a pullback. Okay? So that's how you trade both calls and puts. Yo, what? Look, this said the same thing as Nut Magic. Is he in here? He's got to be if he's listening. Fizz, when are you gonna trade with us, bro? We're sitting here smashing the freaking board every day. I've got my seat right here next to you. We can take turns sitting in each other's laps. Okay. I don't know if we have any other. Yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much concludes this session. Okay. So I'm going to go through. We're going to do the Nightbot. We're going to do a giveaway for those of you who stuck around this lesson and listened to me ramble on for the last hour and 7 minutes. What was I doing at 20 years old? You know, selling cars, detailing cars, serving tables, bartending. Before this, I worked in a grocery store. I used to work in a sandwich shop, right? Dropped out of college. I don't know, bought a lot of dogs. Like, I don't know. I was just out here just vibing, dude. And then I was like, yo, I need to figure something out in my life. What can I focus on? Okay, so here we go. Nightbot, giveaways. Get this thing going. Right? So, for those of you in Twitch, right? I'm 24 years old. So, if you guys have enjoyed this session, if you learned something, you know, I hope that it did help. But if this helps you out, if you guys could type out how it helps you out or what you learned tonight, we'll get started with the giveaway. Okay. So before we get through to tomorrow, I'll be live 8:30 in the morning. This will be the last live stream on Twitch. It will be, you know, just another live stream in the Discord, right? I stream every single day in the Discord. And we also have the EDU sessions just like we had, right? Me explaining my trades, walking you through my trades, and what you really should be looking at, okay? Yeah, this dude. When are our voices gonna have a duet? I'm waiting, right? I mean, I'm sitting here rambling, talking to myself half the time. So, oh, dude, I freaking hate this mouse sometimes. Well, actually I don't, but I hate this DPI button. Okay, so let's get a keyword, right? Keyword for tonight is gonna be. What's it gonna be? I don't know, guys. Thanks, Thiz. Yo, Skooma. Dude, is that a doobie? Is your profile picture a doobie? No, not FMC. I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to think about this. No, absolutely not donuts. We will not ever use that. Let's just put 0 DTE, okay, for tomorrow. Let's give ourselves some luck, okay? So there we go. 0DTE is the keyword in the Twitch chat. Do not type this in Discord. It will not do anything for you. Okay, so as we move through here, I think everyone, yeah, okay, there we go. As we move through here, right, let me move this out of the way while you guys are typing in your entries. There we go. Not gonna leak the link. Well, I have to actually redo the link. I have not done that yet, but it's fine because we've been streaming on Twitch. So, EDU sessions. I'm gonna clean this up. A lot of you guys complaining, right? You know, if you're complaining, I have a video that I really want you to watch, right? I love posting this video because this is the attitude that I had. Paula Maggie, bitching, moaning, and whining. Okay, right here. Oh, dude, this is my favorite video. Watch this if you think that the Discord has too much EDU. I mean, I don't even know if that's a thing, right? Okay, practically what Koala Maggie says. Oh, thank you, Donuts, right? Practically what he says is that, you know, he joined Minervini, he joined all these other rooms, and what did he do? He delved into everything that they had to say. So I know that there's a lot of content, and everyone wants things, you know, spoon-fed to them, which is, like, lame, right? I mean, come on, guys, put in a little work. We're sitting on our butt in an AC room, right? So, going through here, dig deep. Use this to your advantage. I will clean up some of the older videos. I'll remove some of them. That's fine. But look, psychological think tank, 9 and 20 EMA strategy, right? How to buy high and sell higher, right? Not my pre-market channel strat. Supply and demand refresher. Important. Main option strategies. All right. Trading and trusting your systematic edge. How to execute options on Thinkorswim. I mean, there's so much information here, and like people are freaking complaining about it, right? How to trade chop on 0DTE, EMA and options contract, 0DTE tips, risk management and psychology, options contract and order levels, yada yada yada, right? Going forward, going on. There's so much to do. So we have all these videos. Please check them out if you're new to the group. These are located in the Start Here channel, okay? So going through, it looks like we have 79 entries, right? No one, what do we have? 216 viewers, right? I guess a lot of you guys are from the Discord as well. So, sorry, Q. I didn't know you were living in a box, bro. All right, so I'm gonna do two spots for one, or I guess the remainder of the month of May for the Discord. Okay, we're gonna do two spots, right? All you have to do is type 0DTE, just like everyone else is spamming in the chat. Just a quick thing. Bootcamp easy trades, right? That everyone was like, "Hey, is it for free? Is this for free?" Hell no, it's not for free. You know how much time I spent on that? You guys like, you know, it's gonna be totally different. All right, it's totally different. This is for traders who are brand new. A lot of you guys in the Discord, you know, will find benefit from it, but you know, we really have to understand that, you know, this was a very concise and planned out. I mean, everything is pretty much planned out, but this was, you know, a boot camp that I did with Spy Guy about 2 months ago, right? Let me remove this. Right, look, this is the boot camp that I did. This is pretty much all the basics. I mean, I cover a lot of this in the Discord, but this is just like, you know, I had to hammer through this, you know, over the course of like 2 weeks or something. Go over the EMA basics. This was a March 14th, right? Not 3 and 14 EMA, right? The 9 and 20 EMA basics, but this was for March 14th. Options, contracts, and options chart. Supply and demand, pivot points, VWAP, 200 EMA. Top setups and how to apply those top setups, scaling into entries and exits, my pre-market channel strategy, trading psychology, tying it all together, psychology and TA, and the final notes. Okay. So going through, we're going to select a winner. All right, we'll roll it. Go long 789. I don't know if you are a member in the Discord, but you can, you know, message me to see. I'll now see if you are or not. Go long 789 has one, right? And we'll do one more. Oh no, Kai. Did I learn from Brady? You know, I watch a few of Brady's streams, but we have a very different trading style. So, you know, I really honed in on what made sense to me and stuck with it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to roll it one more. And Burritos Trades. I don't know if this guy's in the Discord or not. Looking cute. Burritos Trades. Are you in the group already? I don't know. We'll do one more, fifth form. We'll see if you're lucky tonight. We'll do one more, right? And the winners, you know, it's difficult. You guys just DM me. That's the easiest. You DM me on Twitch, okay? DM me on Twitch, so I know it's you. DM me on Twitch if you won. Not okay. So we'll do one more. One more. Here we go. There. E Serrano 2330 has won. Okay, so you guys send me a DM. Serrano, damn, he was quick with it. He said, "Yo, finally! Look at this dude came quick. Look, he's fat. Where's the other ones? Good job, guys. So I will catch everyone in the morning. Okay, remember the Discord is open for the month. You guys have the rest of, like, you know, what do we have? 1, 2, 3.5 weeks left. I believe I have like 2 spots. You can check the Discord. There's the link right there. And if you enjoy this live session, I really hope that you guys did. And, you know, I hope to see you all in the morning for the live trading pre-market prep starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, okay? I'll be trading till about 12 or 1 o'clock. My goal, just like on every Friday, is 1, to take profit quickly. Okay, 2, to manage my risk, do not have any FOMO or sense of bias. And 3, get the hell away from the desk so I can enjoy my weekend, okay? We trade to live a better life, not to be trapped and create another 9-to-5 situation, okay? So, hope to see you all tomorrow morning. I really appreciate you guys giving me your time this evening. I hope I didn't get Zidian in trouble. I guess I did say his name. And I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? You guys take it easy. Have a good night. Get some rest. And always drink some water, okay? Thanks. See you guys.